Hello, 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 everybody.
Mr. Ice
Yo!
Cream Man, I ain't trying to ice cream for you kids.
Ice, ice. Ice cream, ice cream.
No, 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 no. Yo, that song was
Whoa.
a banger, dude. That song was a banger.
I
Like,
know, right? But it was
like
animated and everything, so I was like, whoa.
when the dog joins the chorus at the end, I was like, oh shit, like, oh. When he goes, oh, oh, I was like, yo.
Bro, when he checks on the body and the body's also now dead, thrusting in the air. I was like,
He's just chilling.
he was like, and you're like, whoa. Is everything okay?
Man,
I was like, it tastes pretty good.
This is delicious.
Delicious.
Exquisite. Now tell me something about your suspicious. Like,
whoa.
Mr. Ice Cream Man. I don't know. That video popped up and I was like, the John Cena meme where I was like,
now there's a concert I'd be willing to go to.
oh my fuck, dude. Oh my god.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Justin.
And I'm Philip.
And you're watching or listening to episode 467 of DangIT Prodcast. Welcome back, everybody. It's been a very eventful week, but so how are you doing?
Better than yesterday for sure.
Oh yeah.
Had a rough day at work yesterday, but Mario Kart stream went pretty fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Good. It was a lot of fun. Wave 5 was a blast. Not my favorite wave, but it's pretty fun.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, like I think when each wave DLC, and I didn't really realize this until we were talking about it like last night, but it's the fact that like obviously there's no new Mario Kart because like it's kind of that mindset like, well, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is doing so well since like 2018, why not
14.
just
14,
yeah, that's true.
It's a Wii U game, yeah.
Yeah, it was a Wii U game, but then like when they released it, like that's just consistently like stayed up on the charts for like Switch games, and it's like, yeah, like why fix it or why change anything? Let's just add more into it, and it's done well as far as like keeping like subscriptions up, I'm sure, but also just like the replayability already there from start. But you know, it's one of those things where like it's technically an old game at that point, but it's still a lot of fun. And I think you can really kind of look back, and I think you can actually like chain this up with other things that we're going to be talking about. How older games, though they might have aged certain ways, but they're still fun at the end of the day.
Wow, that's actually a really good hint at what we're going to talk about today. But yeah, now I've been really excited to see what comes in. I'm kind of nervous because we're down to 8 tracks left.
Oh yeah.
That's
and then it's like,
8.
what happens then?
I did want to bring up, I looked up a list of what's left in tour in terms of city courses and whatnot. 1.
Oh.
Just 1. It's I think it's Rome. Rome is the last. It's called Rome Avanti. It's the last city track that hasn't been added, and that actually just recently got added.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's
a tour. So
that's probably definitely.
Yeah, there's apparently 2 exclusive other courses in tour that are not city based, but it's Piranha Plant Cove and Piranha Plant Pipes, not Slide, but Piranha Plant Pipes. Slide is already in the game. Just want to make that clarified. And Nintendo likes to name things weirdly.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
But other than that, I don't know. It's anyone's guess at this point.
Yeah, true.
My only like real educational guess is unfortunately 2 courses I don't want, but they're gonna put them in because they're like teased in some of the materials already in the courses. Like in Coconut Mall, you see the posters, right?
Yeah.
Vanilla Lake from Super Nintendo, which I don't particularly care for that course, but I get it. They only have 1 super course. They might as well just add 1 more.
Yeah.
And Dino Jungle from Double Dash, which I don't like. I've never liked that course, but I'm in the minority because everybody likes that course. So I'm not gonna sit here and say it's a bad choice.
I see. I know that when we're talking about like the additional course, and I guess we'll just kind of jump into that topic. That
Mark is saying he'll be here.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
As far as like Game Boy Advance, the more recent one, which one was that
Oh,
called?
Sunset Wilds.
Yeah, Sunset Wilds. You're telling me about, and just like in your stream like last night, that you're not really a fan of it, especially when you compare it to the other Game Boy Advance tracks that have been added. Like they've
Yeah,
always done something different with those, but with that one, that was definitely just vanilla slash bland as far as like
it's
the 1-to-1.
it's weird because I think there has to be a technical limitation as to why they couldn't do. For anybody who doesn't know about Sunset Wilds, right? Sunset Wilds is a very popular, very fan favorite course in Mario Kart Super Circuit for Game Boy Advance.
Mhm.
It is It's really notable because in that court or in that course, you start off when the sky is kind of bluish. The
Mhm.
second lap, the sun's going down, and by the third lap, it's nighttime, completing the sunset. Like it's beautiful. And what's even crazier is that in Tor they keep that.
Oh,
It is in Tor. I got it confirmed. My only thought process is that they probably couldn't make it work with 4-player split screen,
mhm.
or just in general with how many players were playing online.
Hmm.
So I just don't think it was possible. But even then, the actual course design itself, if you look at the other courses that got added on, like Sky Garden, and I'm not referring to Mario Circuit. Mario Circuit was a Mario Kart 8 kart or track.
Mhm.
So that has like anti-gravity, that has like all these other crazy things. We're not referring to that. Or Cheeseland or Rainbow Road. Those were Mario Kart 8 Wii U. Like those were like highly like redesigned. I'm talking like simplistic redesigns, like they did with Sky Garden,
Mhm.
Riverside Park, Boo Lake. They're the same layout, but they changed it up enough for me to go, oh wow, that's actually kind of cool and new. Like Riverside Park has that really cool cave you like drive through, and you're
Oh,
going up the hill and you fly out of it. Or like Boo Lake, you're underwater.
yeah.
No, that wasn't. They added 2 hills in
Yeah.
Sunset. Called it a day.
Added 2 hills. I thought of something a little bit. I figured that they could have done something a little bit more transformative to start like rearranging like where you're going, like with each lap. But it is just kind of like the circuit. That's it.
Yeah.
Ibrahim, how's it going?
That's unfortunate, but you know, we got one more course or one more course pack.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? If we're sticking to the pattern, there's one GBA course each one.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 courses left in Tour that haven't been, or like that I think could get in. 3 good shots.
Okay.
You're either gonna get Luigi Circuit,
Okay.
Peach Circuit, or though I think the one I really want is Yoshi Desert. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay.
That one has a really cool aesthetic with like the pyramids and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Now, when it comes to Super Nintendo courses, I'm actually okay with them not changing those, like not completely like redefining what those are. It's kind of like the Sakurai mentality, right? Like it's Smash Brothers Ultimate. 64 stages are completely unchanged. Like they're not HD. They're just fit the widescreen. That's it.
Yeah.
That's what I want for these. Like they don't have to change Super Nintendo courses for the sake of them being Super Nintendo courses. Like they're just that old. Game Boy Advance, I feel like they take the liberty because they want to differentiate it from Super. They want to make it seem like it's not as old.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Sunset Wilds is disappointing. They could change it, mind you. Nintendo's done this. Coconut Mall, they changed the cars, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So all Rainbow, it can't be. There's only 4 Rainbow Roads left. So only one, if they do that, only one of those cups would be Rainbow Roads.
Mm.
And Abraham, I got you. I think Mario Kart Wii's Rainbow Road is gonna make it, which is a Rainbow Road that separates the men from the boys. I'm just telling you right now. that Rainbow Road is Tonka tough. It's the really crazy one where there's 2 holes in the middle and you gotta like figure 8 around them, and then there's like really crazy trick like move you have to jump. Like it looks like 2 ramps like this. You got to jump over one into the other to continue the course.
Oh my god!
That's not an optional thing. You have to do it. And the only reason I say that is because they just added that to Tour.
Hmm.
And I'm like, let's go. I would be very content if that was the Rainbow Road they chose, because it's a good Rainbow Road.
Have we done any type of, or maybe even on your side, have we done a type of compilation of different Mario Karts? I feel like that's been done.
What do you mean? Like, have we played like a
Yeah,
Mario Kart
like just like
other than
yeah,
eight?
like we just like went consecutively to each like
Oh, sorry.
every evolutionary stage of Mario Kart. I was wondering if we ever
We
did that.
we've never done that.
Huh.
We've never actually sat down to play Super Mario Kart all the way up to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That'd be
Hmm.
interesting.
Hmm.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
I would
because
like to. I mean, I have it 100%ed on both my actual cartridge and on Switch for
hmm.
Super Mario Kart and Mario Kart 64. Now that I think about it,
Hmm.
um,
Because
hmm.
I don't have much as far as memories for Mario Kart Wii. That's one that people played like a lot.
Abraham says they might do I hope they do a remake of of Mario Kart 8's Rainbow Road because it's ass. Yeah, it's not
Hmm.
good.
Yeah,
It's
it's
my
kind of
least favorite Rainbow Road.
yeah, it's kind of so and so. Also,
Yeah, it's
200cc on that one's kind of tough.
yeah, like they definitely designed that course before 200cc was a thing. Like
Hmm.
they didn't have 200cc in mind when they designed some of those courses.
This is
I
true.
was gonna say though, it is not good. It's the weakest Rainbow Road. Period. Strongest Rainbow Road, I think it's unanimous. Like here, it's Rainbow Road 3DS.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure that's a unanimous decision
I
because
love the
like
aesthetics on that one.
the moon, dude. Oh my god, when you jump to the moon, oh, it's perfect. It's beautiful. But I also really like GameCube's Rainbow Road, but we'll never get that. They don't like
Hmm.
GameCube enough.
Yeah, they don't like
They
it.
don't like us Double Dash players enough. I get it. I feel you. We're
We've
disgusting.
been feeling it.
We're gross to you. I understand. Yeah, 64 Rainbow Road is really cool. I like the changes they did to the new one. I don't like that it's one lap, but I'm just being a boomer, you know. I
Yeah,
get it. We don't have all time to sit online and play that.
yeah. I wonder what. I mean, I do like those like just transitional like one whole like one point to the end type of races. So I think when it comes to Rainbow Road, it does feel like a journey.
Yeah. I'm very sad that speaking of those courses, we never got any of the Wii Sports Resort courses.
Huh.
That's unfortunate,
As far as DLC
actually.
stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Or even in the original. We got the battle course. We got
Oh.
the Woohoo Plaza, but we
Oh
didn't
yeah.
get like Maka Woohoo or Woohoo Pass. Like I would love to play those. Those are fantastic courses.
Would there be a chance?
No, they're not even in Mario Kart Tour.
Hmm.
All of the courses that you see are in Mario Kart Tour. They did exactly what people were asking beforehand. Like, just take the tour courses and just throw them in the 8.
Yeah.
Like, Squeaky Clean Sprint's not there yet in tour, but the assets are already leaked in the tour files. Like, they're probably just gonna add it eventually.
Yeah. I really like Squeaky Clean.
That's it's up there with Yoshi's Island
Mhm.
as some of the best courses they put out. In my opinion, it's probably like one of the best courses in Mario Kart 8. Period. So
I just like what's
it's
going on. It kind of gives me that well that one I think it's the GBA course, like the ribbon course.
Ribbon Road.
Yeah. I
Ribbon
think
Road. I think it's more than Ribbon Road, right? Like, because Ribbon Road, you didn't even have people like. It's a room and it's one track, and they still have to follow the layout
mhm.
of Ribbon Road GBA.
Yeah.
This one they don't. What really cemented to me is when you go into the tub and you go into the gutter.
Mhm.
I was like, that so cool. Like I don't know why it's so cool driving through a drain, but like that right there makes it feel more alive than like Ribbon Road itself.
Mm.
But again, it's like Ribbon Road's the living
Living
room, and then
room.
you go in the bathroom.
You
Yep.
go into the bathroom. It's actually the same roof.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It makes it feel good.
Yeah. I wonder if they're trying to sell you something.
Yeah, clean up. You disgusting like basement nerds. Like
Oh
wake
no.
up and go into the bathroom and clean up before you play Mario Kart. Come on. We can be nerds and be clean. I'm just saying. Just shower.
We made an entire course for you. Now get in the gutter.
Oh Lord. I do want to give a shout out to LA Laps. I know LA like the back of my hand, and like seeing, except for the fact that I'll get to that. I'll get to that. But like, LA Labs is a cool trip. It's not like the best course, mind you. I don't really care for the layout, like the track design. But it's so cool that you start at Santa Monica Pier, you go through Venice Beach, you go through the Venice or Muscle Beach and skate park, like, and then you go to downtown LA and the LA Convention Center, and then the Dodger Stadium reference, the antique shops. It's all really cool. Why the fuck is the Inglewood oil field in that level? Why is that even there? Like, who in Japan looked at pictures and was like, Inglewood? That's what we'll use. That'll be fun. Granted, it's different. Like, it's not all city. Like, you don't have any other city course that has that kind of stuff. But like, homie, like, you could have done Little Tokyo. You could have done the train station over in downtown.
Oh yeah, okay.
Like stop.
Nah,
you could have done the Brea Tar Pits would have been cool, like stuff like that, dude. Like, come on, it would have been fun. But I like it because I'm biased, so I like that course a lot. But the music kind of sucks, though. The music kind of sucked.
I didn't really get a chance to listen to all the tracks. We were basically just having a lot of fun with it. But
I would say Vancouver Velocity has a really good track. Has really good music. Squeaky Clean Sprint. That's top tier Mario Kart music. Like, that's up there.
That's like, that could have been placed into, well, actually a lot of tracks could have been played in the Mario Brothers movie, but that could have just been any type of movie that had music score of its own.
I actually, for how bad Sunset Wilds is, I do like the music in Sunset Wilds. The music's always catchy, and at the very least, they kept the music transitions correct. So like the first lap, it's only the little, and then it adds the drum beat second track, and then it adds the full like song, or the third lap. That's what I wanted from that one. So that's cool. Daisy Cruiser's remix for the music is really good. I don't really care for Moonview Highway. Now, granted, I didn't really care for the course to begin with, but the music, I don't remember the music like in Wii. I'd have to pop in Wii and play it again. Again, we should really sit down one day and play Mario Karts. That'd be fun.
Yeah, I'm kind of intrigued with Mario Kart Wii. I think that's the only one. Well, yeah, I think that is one of the only ones that I maybe had not played.
Yeah, we technically have a way to play all 8 of them, including the GBA one and the DS ones and the 3DS ones. As long as because I have
emulation.
Well, I was gonna say DS might be a little trickier. I'll explain in a minute.
Yeah.
Well, not in the sense that you think it's gonna be. It's actually because we all have consoles. We all have 3DSs and stuff. We can use that. That's not what I was gonna say. GBA, I have a cart, and that actually doesn't require everybody to have a cart. We just need 4 GBAs. That's not gonna happen. We do have the Switch version though, that does support 4-player wireless.
Yeah, sure.
And I have it 100%ed, so we could play. We could mess around with GBA Mario Kart for a little bit. That'd be funny.
Okay.
There's that. There's also, when it comes to Mario Kart DS, you actually only need 1 cart to play. That was download play, but the catch is you can only play 4 out of the 8 cups. You can't play all 8 of them. So if you really wanted to explore Mario Kart DS's courses, you have to own a copy of Mario Kart DS.
I think I might. Yeah, I think we have one.
I definitely do. It's one of my favorite DS games. But Mario Kart 7 is different. We can play with just 1 cart. It's download play.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, 7 is download play, and we can just play all the courses. So we actually have a way to play the portable ones. Holy shit! I'm actually really excited.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. But I actually have all the Mario Karts 100%ed, so we can play with all the content.
Cool. Yeah, I put a lot of hours into Mario Kart 7.
Me
It was
too.
a lot of fun.
Mario Kart 7 was a lot of fun. It was like Mario Kart 7, like my normal routine of like 3DS play was Mario Kart 7, Smash Brothers, and I'm trying to remember what else I played on there a lot. It might just been those two, honestly.
Yeah. It was so cool to actually have like
Pokemon.
special. Oh yeah, Pokemon as well.
Pokemon.
I definitely love the fact that we have like that Mario Kart and Smash Brothers on 3DS, but I definitely just loved like my share of like Fire Emblem like being placed there and Pokemon as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, like if you're talking about like what I normally would play on there, those are like my multiplayer stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like normally I'd be playing an RPG, whatever I was playing at the time. And then like Mario games. So I always had like Mario 3D Land and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I still have my backlog of games I did pick up prior to like eShop closing announcement. So
Same.
Ooh.
Same. I picked up some of those. I picked up like Crimson Shroud and some other things.
Yeah. I think I'm looking forward to going through Ever Oasis and then what was the other one?
I'm kind of jealous you have that.
Oh, Monster Hunter Stories.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I do have Monster Hunter Stories, but I was gonna say I'm kind of jealous you have Ever Oasis. I'm actually excited to go through an eShop gem I downloaded before the eShop closed. It's called Attack of the Monsters in Tokyo. Is that what it's called? Attack of the Monsters. It's a really chill, like cozy game, but it's got a weird story. I want to play it. It's the same team who did that Shin-Chan game. I don't know if you've seen it. Shin-Chan, my professor and me on summer vacation, the endless 7-day journey.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
My God.
Oh, by the way, Limited Run has my copy ready to go, so we're just waiting for the shipping.
Oh, okay, all right.
And I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna have a physical copy of that Shin-Chan game. I'm excited. I'm stupid excited to have that game.
I like the aesthetics. I'm so curious.
It just looks so good. How is that running on the Switch?
Do we know the frame rate?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it didn't even need
30. I'm assuming.
Yeah, okay. That's fair for a game like that one.
Yeah. I just don't know how that's running. I don't get it. I was gonna use that as a transition in the Limited Run, but I have pickups, and I know we're gonna stick to
okay
Limited Run for a bit. So
that's fair. That's fair.
I have Power Slave Exhumed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. This is a Limited Run delivery. This is the game that they had messed up on, and they actually replaced it.
Cool.
I'm very happy
because you guys weren't around for that one. You previously got 2 extra copies of another game.
Yeah, so my bundle was supposed to include Demons of Astaborg and Power Slave Exhumed. They sent me 2 copies of Demons of Astaborg. And I was like, but where's my Power Slave?
And they're like, oh, my bad. Here.
they were, despite what people might think, customer support was very helpful. They were very chill about it. They emailed me a little bit later than the 2 to 3 days they promised, but they're also very busy.
Sure.
So I get it. They responded as soon as they could, and they were like, "Oh yeah, yo, my bad, dog." Even when I asked them, "Am I supposed to return?" I didn't open my other 2 games yet, but I was like, "Am I supposed to return them?" And they're like, "No, it's our fault. Keep it." So we're like, "We already confirmed it. You send us the picture. We're gonna send you a replacement copy." And I was like, "Cool." So there you go. So Power Slave Exhumed. I was trying it out this morning. Holy sh! I might. This might be a top 3 like first-person shooter for me. I never really played it. I've heard of it. What's really cool about this game is that the PC port back in the day didn't come out until after the console ports. So this is a console game. It's really good, dog. The music is fire. Like it's like that classic 90s Egyptian like but with like the sickest like percussion beats as you're moving around and you're like shooting these like Anubis dudes and you're like and I was like oh damn. And just like that, you know that those like
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm going. It's like playing the Mummy, bro. Like that's what it is. It reminds me
Third
of the
player
Mummy.
has entered. Player number 3.
Friend was showing me something.
Yo, what's up?
I'm here. Sorry, I'm late. Friend was showing me something, so I was looking and seeing what it was.
You're good, dog. We got Power Slave. See,
Power Slave. I didn't know you were into that, Phil.
Mark. I do like the name, by the way. It's Power Slave Exhumed. Because in Europe, it's called Exhumed.
Ah, okay. So it's just
so
like
this is the remastered. Yeah. So what this version is specifically, by the way, Night Dive made the game. So thank you, Base Night Dive, for your another dank remaster. But it's essentially what they did. They took the PS1 version, the Sega Saturn version, mixed them together to make one complete game. Because there was things in both versions of the games, like different like textures, different walls, and all that kind of stuff. And they made it just one weird Frankenstein that combines to make the like ultimate version of this game. Really good. 60 frames per second on the Switch. It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. I'm enjoying it. I have already gotten 2 items. And I should probably mention, this is a first person shooting Metroidvania.
Bro.
It was way ahead of its time. Metroid Prime, some of the developers credit this game as like inspiration. So
nice.
like
a little bit lower there.
Yeah, so like I got these sandals, like these Egyptian sandals in the game, and they allow you to jump higher. And once I did that, I was like, so I was able to go back to a previous level and then go through another exit to get to another level and on the map.
My man got the Ramsey ones.
Yes.
Or as a friend of mine likes to call them, the Moses 11s.
Oh
the
my
Moses
God.
11s.
The Moses 11s. And then I got the mask that lets me breathe underwater. Not for an infinite amount of time, just enough for me to travel.
Just extended, yeah.
Yeah. So now and then they're smart. You can't use guns underwater. So you have to you have your sword. And so you're like swimming underwater and you gotta fight these like demon fish with swords. It's really funny.
Cool.
The game's really sick, dude. It's really good.
Some guns you can use underwater.
Yeah, some, but maybe not that gun. I only have the pistol and the M10.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so good game, dude. I'm gonna keep playing this. This is really good. Night Dive does not miss with these remasters, mind you. Like System Shock looks great. I want to play that remake.
Here.
And then we're gonna talk about Night Dive. Oh no, you're good. We're gonna talk about Night Dive again in a little bit because they were part of the limited run showcase. But my other pickup, Mark,
Okay.
I'm finally here. I did it. We finally are in there. Because my friend gifted this to me because I had missed out on it. And he was like, he told me straight up, he was like, nah. Okay, so the thing is he works at a game store. His boss gave him free copies of the game, but he already bought the game. And so he was like, well, I'm gonna just give this away. And then his boss was like, okay. We in there, baby. We in there. Street Fighter 6, baby. With fucking Luke's Popeye ass arms.
I still want to get it. I just don't have the money.
I know. But it is crossplay, so when you do get it.
And on top of that, I want to get
coming after your ass.
They see, I want to get it, but then also what's coming out next month? They're coming out with it's that what's it called? Atlas, the new Monster Hunter like game, Atlas.
I forgot about that.
Well, it's Atlas something. But I remember they're making it. It looks good.
But Street Fighter 6, dude, is really good. Immediately, I already think 5 is like one of the worst games in the series. So
you don't think 5 has any redeeming qualities?
5 has some redeeming qualities. I mean, it's better than 1. It can't get any worse than 1.
The first iteration, trash.
Yeah, no, it's bad. Have you ever played Street Fighter 1 before?
I've played some of the earlier Street Fighters. Like I tried them before, and I was like, man, this feels clunky.
Street Fighter 2 holds up. Street Fighter 1, my God, dude, I can't even get a Hadouken out.
Oh, okay.
I had to look it up. I thought it was a different motion, and it's the same exact input, and I was like, then what the fuck am I doing wrong?
Maybe it was just meant for like arcade sticks.
No. I used my fight stick.
See, I was thinking maybe you had to use a fight stick. I guess not.
No, Street Fighter 1's really just clunky as hell. That's why when everybody refers to Street Fighter, they don't talk about that game. They talk about 2 and up. But no, Street Fighter 6 is really good. I think it's the most accessible fighting game, period, right now. Anybody who doesn't know how to play fighting games will definitely learn how to play with fighting games. Because it's very beginner friendly, and I just hope more people get to play more fighting games, dude. That's what it is. That's the goal,
That's
right?
fair.
I haven't tried World Tour mode yet. I want to. I think I need to concentrate on Final Fantasy 16 if we're doing single player games.
Fair.
So I'm gonna work my way through that first. But I have been playing a lot of versus matches, and just as much of a simp as I am, I always have to choose my girl Cammy. So
No, that's understandable.
I've been trying Cammy out. I haven't tried any other players yet or fighters yet. I will try out Marissa and Manon. Manon? Is that how you say her name, Manon? Because she's French?
Huh. Never thought about it. I just thought of just Manon instead.
I want to try Marissa and Manon, and then I kind of want to mess with DJ, but I heard DJ's low tier. But let's see what I can do with him.
No, I like him.
To be fair, there are people who take the low tiers and make them gods.
That's what I'm saying. We'll see. Rashid's coming out next week, so Rashid of the Turbulent Wind.
He does look like fun.
He looks like a lot of fun. But yeah, dude, I'm really hyped to have this.
The afternoon breeze.
Street Fighter 6, dude, is like one of the biggest fighting games, period, right now. So it's really good.
I mean, fighting games coming back with a vengeance because look, you got 3 legends that are coming out all around the same time. Street Fighter 6, Tekken 8, Mortal Kombat 1.
I think it's interesting how the PS4, Xbox One generation, like fighting games are still super niche. Like they made a rise back in the PS3 360 era with games like Street Fighter 4, Tekken 6, Mortal Kombat 9 came out, and that really like brought people back in.
I felt like X did too.
Well, I was gonna get there, like, and then Injustice 1, you know what I mean? Like we had a lot of fighting games during that time. But then we got the PS4 era, and I think, in my opinion, the anime fighters took over a lot. Like, and I don't mean like arena fighters. I meant like Dragon Ball Fighters. I meant like
Dragon Ball
Guilty
Fighters
Gear.
is one of the most fighting games of all time.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Fighters, Guilty Gear Xrd, Revelator 2nd. That's a good one. Under Night In-Birth is really good. Tekken 7 took over last generation, in my opinion. That was like probably the best fighting game of that generation. Mortal Kombat X was amazing, but 11 was a little lackluster. So
Battle for the Grid.
Oh, yeah.
Battle for the Grid is really good. So
That's fun.
I'm glad.
Also, DNF Duel.
Ah, yeah.
DNF Duel just came out, right?
It came out like on the. It didn't come out on PS5 or Xbox Series X. It came out originally on the PS4 and Xbox.
Got a new character though.
They did.
Yeah.
Honestly,
but,
I still want to play the game. It looks great.
But right now, like the biggest fighting games like that you can play on PS5 and Series X are like Guilty Gear Strive. Yeah, Guilty Gear Strive. King of Fighters 15. Street Fighter 6 is out. Mortal Kombat 1's coming, and Tekken 8 is still coming too. And man, what a time, dude!
Next gen upgrade.
What a time! What a goddamn time, dude! And all of it's all crossplay. That's the best part.
On top of that, they've all implemented rollback netcode.
Yes, yes. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we needed. I need more people to take that seriously. Like,
yeah, because it's becoming the standard now.
Good.
Good.
I know, as it should.
As it must be.
It needs to be.
I'm telling you right now, whatever they choose to do with Ultimate, with Smash Ultimate, whatever they choose to do with it, I think Nintendo's gonna see like what is going on right now. They're probably gonna build. If it's a port, they might rebuild the base structure for rollback. But if not, and then make a new one, I still think rollback is probably gonna end up being a part of the next Smash.
I was gonna say Bandai Namco's the one doing it, and they're implementing rollback into Tekken 8. I mean, come on.
It's just becoming an industry standard.
Yeah. It is a little tougher to do rollback when there's 4 players on screen, though. That's the big problem.
Yeah.
Now, I think the best compromise, personally, if we're gonna have that, is make 1v1s rollback. I know it can't. I know that's a lot harder to do with 4 players. Sakura actually talked about it in one of his recent videos, like why Smash doesn't have rollback, or why he didn't even want to implement it like online play.
Didn't he say like he thought about it?
Yeah, I thought about it.
Like he thought about it. He was like, I mean, it would sound good, but it's like what you said. He said, but there's
it's a lot challenging to do it when 4 players are trying to connect to rollback at once.
Oh.
So here's my compromise: if they do port Smash Ultimate 1v1s, make those rollback.
Ooh, yeah, compromise.
I'll take those.
Okay, all right.
I can compromise on that.
I think that would work. Honestly, I think that would be a good compromise. Considering that competitive play really is like 1v1, but you can still have like the family core bit, which was just like 4 players, 8 players, and that doesn't have to be like that.
Well, 8 players is not supported online, but yes.
Oh, it's true. Yeah. That'd be cool. That would be so.
That'd be
wild.
so Jesus Christ. But yeah, no, those are my pickups. I got Power Slave and Street Fighter. I'm really happy to have those. Street Fighter Depth is especially, like, I've been really wanting to play it, and yeah, Cammy, my girl Cammy is my main so far.
Now, question: has any of y'all got anything as far as pickups, not video game pickups, but just pickups in general, for Prime Day?
I did not get Prime Day pickups. I know we were looking into getting a Ring like camera light for our door, like not for our door, but for our cars.
Oh, yeah.
That was about it.
Gotcha.
Want that extra security?
Yeah.
I just left because a package from Prime Day came in. I have it right here.
Oh my god!
I was like, I got to open it up. So if I was distracted for a second,
segue now.
Yeah. My only pickups are like of the practical scenario and / like just for general setups and stuff like that. So next week, right? This is kind of part of it. Next week, I'm going to Comic-Con, so I'm going to be doing a lot of walking around. Very little like access to just like, any particular like outlets or anything like that for charging phones. So I got this
power brick.
Yes, it's this guy. It's a magnet for the back of the phone.
Let's go.
So no longer do I need to like have it like always like corded to something, and both of them fit in my pocket. Now both can fit without the cable.
A magnetic power brick?
Yeah, it's a MagSafe charger. So essentially,
man, I just hope people are very careful with any of their credit cards, stuff like that, because they have those people who have the holders at the back of their phones with that
True,
shit.
Yeah.
A magnet plus that equals, well, there goes my cards.
Yeah. I advise just to keep it separate in different pockets, which is what I typically do. The other one's actually the Elgato Wave DX. So I just opened that up, so I have it like right here. So it's a dynamic mic. So I probably won't set it up right now. I'll probably test it out first. But essentially, it was cheaper. But hopefully this will help with canceling out a lot more background stuff, like this other like thing that's like fans and stuff like that.
It's hot in there.
It gets hot during summertime, so I think it's high
I have
time
my
for a
fan
change.
just going right now. So
not only that, didn't Elgato like literally just come out with like their first like 4K webcam?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's recent. Yeah, that wasn't on sale.
Facecam Pro.
Yeah, that was on sale. That's some dumb money, but maybe Phil. Maybe that could be something.
Maybe.
I was getting ready to say, you say that, but something tells me you can afford it. You just don't want to put up that much money right now.
I'd feel the same too on that front.
Yeah. It's because I was just telling Justin, I do have some money right now, but I'm going to New York, dog.
Yeah, he's gonna allocate all the money spending over there.
I'm literally gonna drop mad money in New York next month.
That's very exciting.
Facecam Pro, the world's first 4K 60 frame per second web camera.
It isn't the first 4K, but it's probably the first 4K 60 frames.
That's what it
That's
says.
important.
Yeah, it's very important actually. Because this camera right here does 4K, but it's only 30. So I just
my camera's 1080p 60 frames, so that's what I stick with.
Yeah, that totally works. That was actually on sale on Prime Day, but I was like, I can't justify this one.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now that I'm trying to like keep things on like a budgeted month-to-month plan.
What was next? I was gonna say.
But I was like, no, my
Anybody-
Pokemon cards. No.
Oh, go ahead.
That's it. No, I don't
Oh,
have any Pokemon cards. It's the reason
I
why
was
I
like-
don't have any.
I was gonna say, anybody watch Secret Invasion this week?
Oh
I still need to
no.
watch.
Yeah,
I still need to watch.
It's hard to kind of get around to watching that.
Okay, then I guess I won't talk about it. Do you guys know about the spoilers for this week?
No idea.
Yeah, I do know about spoilers.
You do know the spoilers. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just saying that theory is kind of wild.
Mhm.
That it's been confirmed.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be vague about it. Just know that definitely sets up another project for them. That the revelation that happened this week for MCU definitely sets up another project
Mhm.
for sure.
As expected.
Yeah. Well, it's a project that's been in the works for like ever. They announced it
Since
while
the
it was
beginning.
phase 4. It's just a matter of when. Now
Not if, but when.
they're lining up the pieces, yours and mine. You know what I'm saying? Like we're getting there.
I'm so happy you made that connection.
Yes.
You made that reference.
So,
Also, Justin, I'm looking at the Elgato website right now, and I gotta ask.
Yeah.
Do you have a pedal? Do you have the pedals?
I don't, but Anaya does.
Anaya has the pedals.
He has the pedal. I think my singular pedal.
I would have thought you would have a pedal.
Yeah, no, it's something about me using my bare feet to touch that. I don't know about that.
Oh, it's your feet.
I know, but I know where it's been.
I would hope you know where your grippers have been.
Not the grippers. No, I don't really need that.
not the grippers, dude.
Although
Oh my
that does
God.
help for certain situations, but I have like the Stream Deck, so I'm good.
And I
Yeah.
just think you want that seamlessness.
It is good with seamlessness. Like I do have a button for pretty much muting to Discord, push to mute, and that would work better with like an actual like back pedal.
Mhm.
But I can kind of make
Yeah.
do with what I got here.
I
Anaya,
have
though-
my Stream Deck in front of me. Yeah.
Anaya
yeah,
though
plus-
would definitely make use of that.
Well, with the pedal, it's also the thing of, hey, look, no hands, and you just do everything.
This is true. I think it would also be good for a cool scene changer too.
And they also have the new XL green screen.
Yeah, I can still work with what I have, but it would totally work better if you had like another person on like camera with you
Mhm.
to share that space. But otherwise, I'm kind of okay.
What was I gonna say?
I do still use that green screen for some photo shoots.
I'm trying to see if there was any other smaller topics this week. I mean, I don't know how much we want to go into the writer's strike.
Oh, that. Yeah.
I've seen very minimal on that.
Yeah, same here.
Just know that it happened because they got offered a deal that was awful.
So they said, "Fuck this."
They all went on strike. Yeah, it was they were talking about the deal. I don't remember what company was asking for this deal, but it was essentially, hey, you act for us for one day and let us scan your likeness, and then AI with the AI, and then we keep the AI, and you only get paid for the one day.
Oh, Jesus, no, absolutely
I don't blame
not.
him. I don't even blame him for walking out.
Yeah,
So
go.
the Screen Actors Guild all went on strike. So now the actors are on strike. Now the writers are on strike. Everything's halted production.
Man, dude.
And we just got the view of freaking my boy Hugh in his classic Wolverine
They
fit.
stopped production on it.
I know, and it
That's-
sucks because he
whoa.
looks good in his fit.
He
Mhm.
does. I'm not sure if this
So-
was sparked by it, but I remember seeing on Twitter like the voice actor for Paimon in Genshin Impact apparently hasn't been paid
Oof.
like since. I was like, what do you mean? That character has like the most like voice acting lines in the entire game.
Oof. I was gonna say, I know Disney just like dug themselves a hole, so everyone's against him right now over Bob Iger.
Hmm.
Homie said, in quote, writers and actors are just being unrealistic with the things they want. And I'm like, oh fuck.
Oh no. Oh no.
was like, Salute to you, Disney. You just done goofed. So we'll see how that pans out in the coming weeks. It just started, so we're gonna see how this pans out.
Hmm.
Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's other than the limited run show. Justin, was there anything big this week?
I'm actually taking a look over here. Do we want to talk about Microsoft for a bit?
Oh yes, we do. Mark's here finally. Yes.
Yeah. Let's do it.
We won. Sony, eat a dick.
All right, next topic.
In short, eat it.
In short, no, it was very clear that Microsoft was going to win that court case. The FTC had no water for that at all. Like their water was just not boiling at all. It was good. I don't know if I'm excited that they're going to take Activision. That's not the right word I want to use. Let me just say this. I don't care who won. It's all capitalism. At the end of the day.
Well, I mean, I'd say it depends. It's their corporation, so you could say corporatism, but at the end of the day, but there's also that, and you should also keep in mind, the only reason I'm saying eat a dick to Sony is because even if it's Microsoft had lost, if Sony had done it without being absolutely hypocritical the entire process, I wouldn't say anything.
Fair. No, but, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying, like, I just didn't care how this is going to pan out to begin with. Like, I'm happy, and on one hand, as someone who's been enjoying my Xbox more and more, I'm happy that I'm going to get some exclusives, more exclusives on my Xbox. I'm happy to get more content coming through on Game Pass. That sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, it's like another company gets bought out. Wow, like I'm glad though, but I'm glad that Microsoft got the case though against Sony, because Sony was that was all dumb. Like I love when the judge called them out on Final Fantasy. That was wild.
Did the judge actually?
Yeah, there was like talks asking about Final Fantasy and asking what that is, and they were like, "Oh, well, it's a game that's exclusive to PlayStation." And then they asked them, "Are you the owners of the company?" And they're like, "No."
Well, no, we're not.
And then they're like, "So how is it exclusive?" They're like, "Well, we had a contract." And they're like, "So what would that make it different?" And I was like, "Damn!"
Whoa!
They see the face like surprise Pikachu, like
Fire, Faga.
I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Yeah, the surprise Pikachu face, like
And then they were like, "That's not fair. Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be exclusive to Xbox." And Phil Spencer was like, "We don't even know when Elder Scrolls 6 is coming out."
He said, like, bro, 10 years if you're lucky.
It was, yeah. I was like, damn. I mean, at least he knows they're not.
It's gonna take a while.
Ready. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you gotta understand, Elder Scrolls who want to deliver, it's gonna take a minute, bro.
Man. So yeah. Well, they should have closed the deal last night. I don't know if they actually closed it though. They're still waiting on Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Because now that the FTC's done out of the way, America's letting the transaction go through. They have to go through Europe now, who is the CMA. But apparently, because the FTC lost, the CMA has no water as well. So they have to do they are asking Microsoft to have a meeting with them. So we'll see how that plans out.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that the rumor is that Microsoft's going to be a little bit more lenient on cloud stuff over there in Europe, in the UK. But as far as America, there are no restrictions just yet. So, hey, it's better than the alternative I thought they were going to do. Just pull out of the European market in general.
Mm-hmm. That
would have been brutal.
That would have been absolutely brutal, yeah.
It'd be like, are you happy, Sony? Look at what you did.
So, yeah, pretty cool. We'll see how that goes from there.
I'm just glad the judge said it.
Yep.
See? That's what I've been saying.
Vindication.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Now slam the gavel down and say, slam the gavel down and tell him to go sit the fuck down.
Tell him to sit down.
Sit your ass down.
Trying to think if there's anything else other than the FTC. No.
Ibrahim was talking about Rebirth coming out hopefully soon.
In the next 3 years, the next year. Y'all act like they're not working on Final Fantasy VII Remake Trilogy. Like, hold on a minute. Like,
they got a team working on that.
Square, this is not a Kingdom Hearts 3 situation. They already got one game out of the way. They're working on the sequel, which is happening soon, and then I'm assuming the third game is already being worked on.
Mm-hmm.
It's at the very least, it's probably like very baseline production.
Yeah, like this is also the same thing with Kingdom Hearts 4, right? Like this is not going to be the situation with 3, where we're going to be waiting 13 years for it. It's not. It's
as we saw, 4 is already pretty functional from the little bit we had
4
seen.
4 is looking already there. I think 4 is a pretty safe bet for 2025. In my
I was going to say like 1-2 years max.
Yeah, I think we might see it again next year, but it won't come out till 2025. So there's that.
But otherwise, what would this mean about like gaming, the exclusivity aspect when it comes to Activision and Blizzard?
From my understanding, it means that if I recall what I was reading about the reports, newer Call of Duties won't be on Game Pass immediately because Microsoft gets to pick and choose if they want to do a multi-platform release for games, right? Mm-hmm. They're not stupid. Why would they make Call of Duty exclusive to Xbox?
I know, like they got
the deal and money being left on the table.
They got the deal and said, "Oh, and by the way, we're getting this, and Nintendo, you're going to get Call of Duty again."
But they're also giving PlayStation Call of Duty. Like it makes no sense to separate the crowd when they've already been a community this whole time. Just it's like Minecraft. Why would Minecraft not be exclusive to Xbox? They're not.
It's also the fact that take this in mind. When they bought them, they said, Phil, actually, I think if not immediately, I think he pretty much almost immediately said, and nobody freak out because it's gonna be multi-platform. It's coming to Nintendo as well. We're working out on that deal. And Sony's like, they're gonna make it exclusive to Xbox, and it's like, bro, no one's saying that except for you, Mister. If Final Fantasy is exclusive.
Like, there's only very few exceptions where I can see an exclusive game coming from them. And, like, yeah, stuff like Starfield, Elder Scrolls, I get those. Stuff like Indiana Jones. I can see games like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro being exclusive to Xbox. Yeah.
Really?
I could see those.
I forget because that's true because now they own Spyro and Crash.
They own a lot. They own a lot, Mark. With this,
I know. I saw the list. I saw the list. I was like, shit.
Diablo 4 definitely is not going to be exclusive. They want that on many things as possible. But, they own Diablo, they own Overwatch, they own World of Warcraft now. They own
That's crazy.
Crash, Spyro.
World of Warcraft 2. You can't do that. Can they do that?
You can't do that.
They own Call of Duty. They own half the Atari 2600's like IP library. They own all of Sierra's old games.
That's wild too.
They own a Hexen. They own a Heretic. They own a lot of like boomer shooters that I want re-released. I saw you at the conference, Phil. I saw you with the Hexen shirt. Don't you dare fuck with me.
Apparently everyone else did too.
You son of a bitch. I saw that Hexen shirt and I immediately pointed it out. Don't you dare fuck with me, Phil.
I remember a long time ago. It was right after. I remember like a year or two ago after they had bought Bethesda. We were talking like what they could do to build themselves up if they wanted to build it anymore. Like what studios could they acquire to build up Xbox to compete even better with PlayStation? And
Sega.
This was nowhere near what we thought it was going to be. This was exceeded everything.
It's not. Buying Activision's not going to put them ahead of the game, mind you.
It's not, but it's like we talked about what would be an even bigger flex.
Fair.
Oh, they own Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
They do own Tony Hawk Pro Skater. That's another one. Yep. They own the Pro Skater series now. That's crazy. Again, a series I do associate with PlayStation.
And they own Prototype.
They do own Pro. Yo, hey, hold on.
Whoa,
Don't
be rash.
Bro, we have to play Prototype on Game Pass. Pog.
I hope.
I do wonder how this is going to impact Game Pass specifically.
Oh, but you know for a fact all these. If it's owned by Xbox, it's
going
on
to
Game Pass.
mention Call of Duty, right? I don't know if you know the news that they're actually fixing and patching up all the servers from previous Call of Duty games.
That's so.
And they are fixing out all the weird bugs and the hacks that people have been doing because they're getting ready to launch them all on Game Pass.
That's so wild, dude.
Oh,
Which is really crazy because now we get to play like Call of Duty Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, World at War. We get to play all these older games
veterans
again.
players get to rejoice.
not
all on
only
Xbox.
did they buy it, they revived everyone's favorite. They're winning.
Mhm.
I don't care what anyone says. They're winning right now.
Yep, Xbox gamers are feasting right now. It's good.
Like, could
Andy,
I
'cause
get my existing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and slot it into the Series X and be able to play online
Exactly.
in this future? That's whoa.
Like, I'm not like, yes, it's only Call of Duty. Yes, I understand that, but you got to understand, to revive multiple games in the series online servers,
Mm-hmm.
that's a fucking big move.
It's a big move.
That's also
I'm really
a legendary move. I don't think anyone's ever done that before.
At
least not to this extent.
No,
Yeah.
not to this extent. I was gonna say they certain older games have had their servers updated, like Killer Instinct recently got their server updated to match more modern hardware.
Cool.
Yeah, well, it's
But other
like,
than that, yeah, no.
it's like, oh, I finally can play all the Call of Duties that I never got to play. I can actually play Spyro and Crash as well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's the beautiful part about it.
And
That's
also,
gonna be big, yeah.
I'm looking at Activision's list of games. Interestingly enough, Sekiro is also on there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Sekiro
it
is
was
there.
FromSoft developed it, but Activision published it, yes.
Mm.
I wonder if that'll be included,
That
Probably.
might,
In Game Pass, that'd be cool.
because it is on the list.
I wouldn't
I
say any
have it on
conflicts.
PlayStation, but yeah.
Prototype is an interesting one because I honestly, Prototype was an interesting series. I'm surprised they only did 2.
Yeah, I do remember.
Prototype 2 didn't sell for shit.
Damn.
Yeah, because I know
Prototype 1
one was
sold enough for a sequel, and then 2 did not sell.
because I played 1. 1 was really cool.
1 is cool. 2 is okay. It's not bad. It's just I think 2 came out around the same time as other games, and it just got killed
Oh,
in sales.
They own Skylanders.
oh sh-
Oh no. No, they can keep that. Don't worry. PlayStation, you can keep that one.
He said, "Put this back where it came." He said, "Put this back where it came from, or so help me."
Yeah, no, I don't want that revived.
I was like, what are they gonna do with that? Actually, wait
Yeah.
a minute.
So yeah, we'll see where this goes. I'm excited to see. They own Guitar Hero, by the way.
That is true. They own
oh,
Guitar Hero
Oh,
now.
don't put any hope in that, please. Wait,
I would love to.
all of a sudden
Dude,
they start
I wanna-
selling accessories
I
again.
want to rebuild my Guitar Hero collection.
If all the Guitar Hero games come to Game Pass, that's a win.
That's so much
That's
power.
not happening because
yeah.
of licensing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wait, licensing is gonna be an issue.
Musical licensing is a bitch, so that's not happening anytime soon.
Even with all of Microsoft's fuck you money, they can't afford that.
They can't afford that.
That's a lot.
of money.
This is a lot of money.
I do want to rebuild my Guitar Hero collection. I have some on like my Wii and whatnot, but I want all the 360 versions. And I'm trying to look into it. Man, it's expensive to get these games, man. That's crazy. Guitar Hero Metallica is like $60.
Well,
the fuck?
that's not too bad. I wanted to say.
No, but that's not taking the guitars into consideration.
Oh yeah, that's true.
It's
Yeah,
like $200 a pop. And I want 2 so we can do pro face off like the arcade style, you know?
yeah. Man, Metallica was so much fun. Yeah, but those guitars are gonna be super expensive unless you had like some other third party doing that.
Well, I have my Rock Band set, but that's separate, right? Like that's not competitive for me. That's like everybody's playing together.
Yeah, that's more fun. I wonder if there is a third. Do you know if there's a third party that like sells their own like branded like guitar controllers or something like that?
Probably back in the day.
I think there's probably one now. If I had to guess, there probably is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
I
would
guess
be a
we'll
market
find
for
out.
that.
Because I'm sure a tech developer probably has taken it down and just taken it down,
Yeah.
learned how to make everything, and just makes them now. Probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
Otherwise, if they did try to pick up like Guitar Hero again, then they could just resell like new accessories, and
To which
that just goes.
there's definitely money in that. It's just like you got to have the money to invest in the licensing.
Yeah.
I think Guitar Hero would be successful if they announced it. It's just that they've got to be able to afford the licensing.
I think the problem is the big two, right? It was like Guitar Hero and Rock Band. They're afraid to do the next one because their recent entries did not do good.
This is true.
Both of them like came out to nothing, and that sucks because they were like these are like the Xbox One and PS4 generation ones, and they just didn't do good.
Which is wild because like if you look now, like what's
It's not wild. Guitar Hero Live was not good. I did not like the new controller setup on it.
No. Yeah, I do kind of remember it.
And then Rock Band 4 was just, people looked at it and was like, well, this is just normal Rock Band.
But,
and I was like, well, I don't know what else you wanted.
What would you want? Like,
yeah. I guess people wanted something different because like Rock Band 3, they added the keyboard, but then in 4, they took it away. Like, it's weird. Yeah.
Oh, weird. Yeah.
Who took my guitar?
I have a keytar, by the way, for that game. It's back here, yeah. But yeah, that's essentially what happened.
I was thinking of ways like to kind of like further push that if you were to make another Guitar Hero or Rock Band. But I guess it's all in Microsoft's court. But like if they was still like with PlayStation, they could have done something with the VR thing. Very subtle like, but just like something kind of cool where you could just be kind of in that space. But obviously you still have like the overlay. You literally see like notes like coming in front of you and you're just like, yeah. That'd be kind of cool. But
hey, Guitar Hero Van Halen kind of underrated. I'm not gonna lie to you. That game was really good. My friend has been doing the thing I've been wanting to do, and he brought him over, and we were having a really like long night of drinking and just playing Guitar Hero, and I told him, I was like, let's pop in Van Halen, and he was just like, nah, I don't want to play that, and I was like, you bought it, you haven't tried it, let's just do it. I'm sure it'll be great. And I forgot Dance the Night Away's on there, and I fucking love that song. So I was like, I was like, uh-oh, we in there.
Yeah, they were onto something with DJ Hero.
DJ Hero 1 was really cool. 2 was whatever.
2 was kind of
the turntable controller was interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting. We do have one, yeah.
I have one. It's fun.
We had one with the briefcase and everything. I was like,
some of the remixes were fire. It's No Doubt's Hella Good with Television Rules the Nation by Daft Punk. Man, that remix was sick, dude. I forgot which Eminem remix was good too, but yeah, that one was a good one. There are some fire ones in there.
Yeah, I guess we'll see what the results are later on, maybe like within next week or something like that. But yes, hearing about the servers, that's crazy. That's like a dub. That's why I kind of titled the podcast for like just a big change in online multiplayer. It just happened. And it isn't just like Call of Duty. It was also just Mario Kart, just adding in the extra stuff. I think those were like really the two big contenders. I was trying to think if there was another one. But yeah, no, this is crazy.
Yeah. Well, in the limited run show, but yeah, that's not really online.
Yeah.
That's just a really cool show. That was a really good. I guess we'll just go into that.
Sure.
I was gonna say, so typically limited run does their yearly E3 shows, and like they keep calling it that on purpose as a joke. It's really funny. Like they still called it the LRG3 show, which is really funny. But this, like every year they do it, and I'm like, I'm really excited to see what digital games that exist already are going to get physical copies. They said fuck you this year, and almost all of those games were new games, like brand new, not announced games that are getting physical copies through them as well. And I was like, that's crazy. Like they showed off a legitimate, like good assortment of games, a lot of retro revivals and a lot of indie games getting the physical copy treatment. So really, really looking forward to a lot of these, but I have the list in front of me. I'll go through them one by one real quick. They opened up with Castlevania Advance Collection. Called it.
That was, yeah.
Absolutely called it. I'm really excited for that collection. It includes Castlevania Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance, Aria of Sorrow, and the bonus game Dracula X, which is like a really dumb, expensive fucking Super Nintendo game. You don't want to pay a real card for that. Just get this. It's $35. I promise you'll be fine. I'm excited. I love Castlevania, and getting the Metroidvanias. Like this is the Symphony of the Night style games. Like these are not the like classic style. So I'm very much looking forward to having this in my collection next to my anniversary collection. So that's gonna be fun.
That's to bring the entire franchise over.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, we're missing the DS trilogy, but I don't know.
Maybe that'll happen in the future.
Maybe that'll happen soon. That's coming out on Switch, PS4, and Mark, just for you. This one's an Xbox release as well from them.
Ooh, let's go.
That's a big one. Granted, this collection already exists digitally, but this is for the physical copy.
Mm.
You know what's
Phil's all about that physical.
Huh?
I know Phil's all about that physical.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, Tom Holland. Sorry.
Oh my God!
Sorry,
Tom Holland gets railed.
All right, sorry. Didn't want to jump into that, but that was a
good
joke.
Is that what that meme I saw a little bit ago about Tom Holland getting some back shots is about?
Yes.
I saw that. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
And Zendaya fucked him up, dog.
Yeah, that get back's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, continue.
Anyways, the next game was something I'm very much looking forward to. I knew this game got announced, but they didn't, and they announced consoles, but physical copy of time, baby. It's Rise of the Triad Ludicrous Edition. Yeah, Rise of the Triad Ludicrous Edition. This is another boomer shooter by Night Dive. That's why Night Dive was going to get mentioned again.
As soon as I heard the term triads, I was like, this is an old game.
Oh yeah, Rise of the Triad Ludicrous Edition is a Rise of the Triad was one of the first ever Doom clones. So, and it was one to do it well. So for it to get the remaster treatment from Night Dive, that's good. That's what I wanted. It's coming out on Switch, PS4, PS5, and Xbox. So look forward to that one. That one's going to be a really good one. We got, I am so sorry if I mess up this name. Kumajo Remelia Scarlet Symphony. This is a Switch only one. It is another Metroidvania in the style of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, but it is part of the Toho series. Anybody know what the Toho series is?
I think I was actually looking into it because I started seeing that there might be something different. You might want to explain it just in case.
It's a series for lollies. It's fine.
Yeah,
I don't know exactly. Maybe, I think is it a manga and an anime? I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, because I started seeing a little bit more on Play Asia's website. Since I
there's a lot of
that.
There's a lot of games in that series.
Yeah,
I just don't know.
I think it's like a kind of like a bullet hell RPG. I don't know what that even means.
Yeah, well, this one is a Metroidvania, so I'm more into that. So I'm really looking for this.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Oh, Ghost Hand is saying you can actually download the entire DOS version of Rise of the Triad from the Apogee website. I know you can. Hell yeah, I know you can. That's awesome. But I really do want the Ludicrous Edition. It looks really good.
Ludicrous? That's foolishness. Huh?
The next game they announced is actually one I'm very much looking forward to. I'm looking forward to mostly all these games, but this one's one for historical Phil. This is I can't wait to play this to expand my knowledge on the history of video games. And that is a game that got announced the day before, actually, The Making of Karateka. And what that is, Karateka is actually Jordan Mechner's first game before he made a little smaller game. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but Prince of Persia. So, okay. I have heard of Bad Apple. You're right. My bad. I was looking at the chat. Making of Karateka is being done by Digital Eclipse, the same team who did the Atari 50 and some other collections like Street Fighter 30th Anniversary, SNK's 40th Anniversary. They're very good with. This is going to be their second game because I consider Atari 50 the first game. They're calling it an interactive documentary where it is a game. You can play the original Karateka, but it's presented to you in a way that you can learn about the game as well. It shows you how all these crazy footage, how the music was made, how the frames of animation were made, all of this really interactive things you can do. And I am really much looking forward to it. It is also considered part of their new Gold Standard series. This is number 1. So I'm very excited to see what number 2 is going to be. But this is coming out for Switch, PS4, PS5. No Xbox. Not this one. Although Xbox did get confirmed as a digital platform for the game. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, kind of echoing what Ghost Hand said. See, I saw a little bit their teaser for it, and seeing the animations involved with that was insane.
Yeah, it's the way they did it.
Yeah.
They literally filmed Jordan Mechner in a karate suit, and he's running down a street. And so, like, literally, they drew the pixels over his body.
It was like rotoscoping, yeah. Like, first implementation, it would seem.
One of the first ever times of implementation of rotoscope in a game, yep.
And it pays off.
It's really cool. The next game is by M2, which, again, another port house master. Like, they do really good work. And they're doing the Kyoku. I said this last night, and I have to get it right. Kyoku Tiger Heli Collection. From here on out, I'm just going to call it Tiger Heli.
Sure.
All right. This is an old shoot 'em up by Toplin, and I've never really played Tiger Heli. I've heard of the NES port, but it has all of the versions of Tiger Heli that exist in one collection. This is under their M2 Shot Triggers brand, so it's specifically for shoot 'em ups. I'm very much looking forward to it. That means that if M2 is going to handle it, it's going to be handled with care. They make sure that it runs as accurate as possible. And that's for Switch and PS4. The next one caught me off guard, but I guess that makes sense because they work with Atari now. And I forgot that Atari owns the series, but Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, baby. We be back. We back. I don't know. Mark, have you played Roller Coaster Tycoon?
Did I play what now?
Roller Coaster Tycoon?
I've seen people play them.
Like, I played one when I was a kid, I think. I don't remember. But yeah, they're doing Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, the Switch version.
Which is wild.
It's just, I guess, sure, yeah, I'll take it. Like, it's cool.
It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. The next one. Oh my god, dude. I didn't think they could possibly remaster that game. That's really cool. A lot of people don't know that this was a PS3 and 360 game, but Mark, you might, since we're pretty good at like obscure RPGs on there. El Shaddai Ascension of the Metatron is getting remastered for the Switch. This was a PS3 and 360 game, and it's one of the best looking PS3 360 games. I'm very much looking forward to having a Switch version of that game, so that's going to be really cool. The next one after that is Dungeons of Aether, which is a spin-off of Rivals of Aether, in which essentially it's just dungeon crawling, but Switch is getting a physical copy of that.
Nice.
The game next was Chicory?
Yeah.
Chicory? Yeah, A Colorful Tale, which if you've never played it, it's got the composer of Celeste.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very cute looking game. I really want to play it. I've always been intrigued by it. It looks really good. I'm glad it's getting a physical copy. That's coming out on Switch, PS4, and PS5. The next game they showed off was Odin Cat's Paradise Collection, which is actually available for pre-order right now at limitedrungames.com. So it's essentially a collection of 2 games. It's got Bear's Breakfast and Fishing Paradiso. They're those kind of games that have like a very genuinely like deep story behind it being cute, right? Like they deal with death and it deals with a lot of like emotions and stuff like that. So I'm very much looking forward to picking that one up. It looks cool. And then the next game, holy shit. As someone who randomly studies video games and the history of video games and like different series, I never thought we would see the light of day in this game. Like, long time ago, for people who know the series, the Shantae series has 5 games right now, right? And for a very long time, everyone knows the story of Risky's Revenge, the second game in the series. It's actually a game that they started after what was a canceled second game for the Game Boy Advance. And that's because the first Shantae didn't sell. Because it was a very late Game Boy Color game. So we're making a Game Boy Advance sequel, and they just never went through with it. They only finished so much of it.
Mm-hmm.
And very little of that footage was shown to the public. They're going to go back with that original code and finish the game for Game Boy Advance. This is not a modern release. Like, they're gonna put it on a cartridge for Game Boy Advance. That is so fucking wild. Like, I don't even know how to take that. And according to the creator of the Shantae series, he said they wrote the story around that game. So
True.
that way, if they ever needed to come back to it, they can go to it. So this is a missing piece of the entire Shantae story. That it's essentially it's going to be 1.5. So the official name for this game now is Shantae Advanced. Shantae Advanced Risky's Revolution.
Revolution.
I'm really hyped for that. I only have one criticism, in that I think it's great that it's coming out on an actual Game Boy Advance, but please make a modern port of it as well. I'm not saying remaster it. It can be just that on a cart. I mean, Shantae 1 is literally just the Game Boy Color game on the cart.
Yeah.
I just make sure it comes out on modern platforms. I feel like that would be really cool for everybody, especially for everyone now who's playing through the whole series and they want to have that whole series together.
Mm-hmm.
I would love it for a modern version as well. But hey, Game Boy Advance cart, I'm picking it up.
Dust off the Game Boy player. Let's do it.
Yep. Dust off the Game Boy player. Boys, we're in there. The next game caught me way off guard because I was like, what do you mean it's a spiritual successor to those games? Who enjoyed those? And this is Arzette, the Jewel of Faramore. This is a spiritual successor to the Zelda and Mario CDI games. What? But it looks good. That's the best part.
But it looks good.
But that's the best part, is that the gameplay looks solid. It just has the really shitty cutscenes. Like, it has the really poor acting and the poorly drawn cutscenes.
That just kind of like overlay themselves over the game, wherever you're at.
Yeah.
It's funny. I like it.
Dodongos. And the craziest part is they got the dude who voiced Link and the girl who voiced Zelda from those games to be in this game. What is life right now? Oh boy, I can't wait to bomb some Dodongos. My boy.
Dongo.
My boy. It's what all true warriors strive for.
Now eat this dongo.
Or my favorite is Squadala! We're off! Arzette is coming to Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox, and Steam. That's actually a new announcement.
Yeah, that's like a new game.
Another new game. Nightmare in This Way, Madness Lies. That's what the game is called. That was a really long ass title, but it sounds cool, right? It gets your attention.
Yeah, it does.
Nightmare in This Way, Madness Lies is a new RPG by Z-Boyd Games. They did Cosmic Star Heroine, and they did Cthulhu Saves Christmas.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. So they're pretty known for like their RPG Maker style RPGs, and it looks really cool. It's like if old Victorian times, and they're like Power Rangers. They're Sentai girls.
Oh, is that really one? Oh,
that's really interesting.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
I was like, what the fuck?
I was thinking Steffi would eat this up.
Yeah, Steffi would eat that game up. It's pretty good. It's coming out on Switch and PS5, not PS4.
Sorry, Xbox.
Yeah. The next game they showed off was Midnight Fight Express. I actually don't remember what this game is. It kind of flew by real quick, but it's called Midnight Fight Express. It's a video game. Hold on.
Really? Ghost Town was also mentioning the guy who's actually making the new CDI inspired one actually ported and modded those CDI games to be playable as well.
Holy shit. The man is a hero with no cape.
We didn't ask for this. I know.
Apparently, Midnight Fight Express is a modern beat 'em up with extensive motion captured animations. Oh, it's the top-down beat-em-up game they showed. Okay, I remember what it is now. It looks really solid. I heard that game was fun. The next game after that, this is kind of a banger. It's called Colossal Cave, and it is a new game from the people who originally used to work at Sierra, way before Activision bought them out. And they created a little PC series called King's Quest.
Oh wow!
And so this is they're credited as one of the most innovative people in video game history, and they're like a couple, right? It's the wife and husband. I forgot their names. They're creating a brand new point-and-click adventure game for PC, and it's coming to consoles. So this is and Limited Run is doing the physical copy, so it's coming to Switch, PS4, PS5, and Steam. The next game they showed off was also very cool. It's called Another Crusade, and this game is it's directly inspired by Super Mario RPG. So it has the same like top-down view. They kind of run around like in the overworld. There's platforming, but it's a turn-based RPG, just like Mario, just like that game was. And this one's coming out on Switch, PS4. I'm sorry, Switch, PS5, and Xbox Series X. The next one is wild. They didn't show the game because I know that Disney is not ready to show the game because Disney announced this beforehand. But Limited Run is going to be the official physical copy provider for Gargoyles Remastered, baby. That's what I'm talking about. This is a remaster of the original Sega Genesis game coming to Switch, PS4, PS5, and Xbox. I also do want to mention before we keep going, they did tease 2 announcements, but I guess he was saying on Twitter that the last minute they had to be pulled out of the show. But they're going to talk about it when the time comes. So at the indie mix, that's going to happen soon. There are 2 indie games that are based on 90s cartoons that are getting physical copies. And that's all he could say. So I was like, okay. All right. After that was the Rose and Camellia collection from Way Forward. This is that really crazy old Victorian London like Punch-Out style where it's Punch-Out, but it's everybody slapping each other instead. And so you gotta like learn how to dodge slaps and stuff. Yeah.
Like, bro.
I was like, all right, sure. I'm down with this. Like, this looks funny. Definitely a game I'm going to stream when the time comes. That's going to be fun. Then there was the very famous game known to break the boundary of what a video game is. And this is the 3rd year they showed it in a row, by the way. So that's the joke. But it's finally coming out this year. Limited Run owns this IP now because they thought it was just funny to own it. This is Plumbers Don't Wear Ties Definitive Edition. If you have never seen the game, don't. Wait for it.
Just don't even search it.
Just don't search for it. Just wait for it. Mark, you would love this game because it is so stupid. It's considered one of the worst games ever made. And it is essentially the first ever American visual novel game.
An American visual novel game.
It's got like stilted frames of pictures of like live actors, and it's just like imagine.
No.
Oh yeah,
yes.
It's great, dude. It's great. The voice acting, garbage. The actual pictures of the quality of it, garbage. The music, hilarious.
Is there anything about it that's actually good?
It's a game of the it's a game of the year.
The fact that it's enjoyable. The gameplay is just clicking options, so
we'll take what we can get.
Sure.
Yeah. This version is going to include documentaries. It's going to include new like things about it. It's going to actually have like I think James Rolfe, aka Video Game Nerd, Angry Video Game Nerd, is going to be in the documentary talking about his episode of that game. Like, there's so many little things they're gonna do with it, and it's just so wild that it's getting a re-release physical copy. That's going to be on Switch, PS4, PS5, Series X, and PC. I can't wait. That's a streaming game day one, dude. Like, that's that's gonna be so good. I'm playing that game unironically, okay? Then they showed off this really cool 2D platformer, or 2.5D, my ad. That is inspired by games like Klonoa and Tomba, and this is Double Shake.
That.
Double Shake looks amazing. It's got that Mischief Makers like mechanic where you got to shake the enemies to get like items. It looks really good. It is a Philip game through and through. Like, I need to play it. I need to play it so bad. That's coming out next year though, so it's still a little bit ways away. This is for Switch, PS4, PS5. And then we got to what I consider the highlight of the entire show, right? This was the Carbon Engine section.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that's the best thing Limited Run has done for the video game industry right now, is that Carbon Engine. If you don't know what that is, the Carbon Engine is essentially an emulation engine that is able to, they're using it to perfectly port older games to modern platforms. They're not remasters in a sense. They are the original games through and through, but they are so meticulously like accurate to the original game that it would be like playing it on an actual original hardware. So for instance, they did this with Shantae 1 for Game Boy Color. That was done in the Carbon Engine.
That's their first take on that, right?
That was the first take on it. River City Girls Zero, aka it was actually a Kunio-kun game in Japan that they took the Super Famicom version and they actually translated it in English with the Carbon Engine.
Wow.
So, yep. They also did some licensing ones, some funny ones, like Bill and Ted's Excellent Collection. Don't know why they did that one, but I think it's because they want the clout. Hey, we got movie licenses.
I guess
so. I get it.
All right.
That's gonna come into play in a little bit as well.
Oh yeah.
But recently they did Trip World DX with Sunsoft, which I'm very much looking forward to that Carbon Engine release. But this last games are all Carbon Engine releases, starting with Clock Tower Remastered.
That's actually
my
crazy.
Fucking god! I cannot believe they got the license to do Clock Tower, and WayForward is the one helping them with it. So WayForward's adding in intro and outro animations. They're doing the menus. They're doing all that stuff. But Limited Run in the Carbon Engine is going to fully port the original Super Famicom, in my opinion, horror masterpiece, and translate it in English for the first time for us. That is so crazy, dude. That's coming out to Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox, and Steam. And if you like horror games, I very much highly suggest you try out Clock Tower. It predates Resident Evil as survival horror. And it's essentially like a true survival horror. There's no weapons. You don't have any guns. If you need to run away, and you have to hide. You have to learn how to hide and stuff. Very good game, dude. Oh my god. The next one was pretty funny. It was the Jurassic Park Classics Game Collection. Bruh. This is essentially all of the NES, Super Nintendo, and Game Boy games in one collection. This is to celebrate the anniversary of Jurassic Park this year. That's why, apparently.
Okay, that works.
And also, Limited Run's got the Universal Studios clout. They did The Mummy Demastered. They did Scott Pilgrim versus the World. So, might as well abuse the fact. I don't think all those games on there are amazing, but they're not, some of them are pretty fun. Pretty fun. That's coming out to, again, Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox, and Steam. And then they did the unthinkable, and they fucking announced that Tomba 1 at the very least right now, Tomba 1 is coming to the Carbon engine. So it is going to be the original PS1 game, which if you've never played Tomba, it has like developers from the Mega Man series. It's got developers from...
Here, I'm in. I'm in, coach. Put me in.
It's like the Mega Man series, the Klonoa series, some other series. Like they're all working on. They all worked on this game on PS1. It's a 2.5D platformer. It's really really good. Justin, you would really like that game. It's really good.
I mean, you already sold me.
This is coming to Switch, PS4, PS5, and Steam. So I'm very much looking forward for Tomba returning. That's such a good game, dude. And trying to get a real copy is
no,
out of the goddamn question.
Like,
yeah, it's out of the question. And then they ended the show with an announcement that I didn't see coming a mile away, but I should have seen coming because it makes sense. Embracer Group owns Limited Run.
Mm-hmm.
So why would they not go for this? That makes so much sense. My boy Gex is coming back, baby. Gex is alive, dude. Gex saved the world, dude. It happened. The Gex trilogy is getting ported to modern platforms.
Bruh.
This includes Gex 1, Gex Enter the Gecko, and Gex 3. Forgot the name of the third game.
Gexening.
The Gexening. No. It's got an actual name. Hold on. Deep Cover Gecko. There you go. They confirmed that the original legendary comedian Dana Gold is playing him again, which is so wild. He actually did the voice for the new animation.
Yeah, I saw
and he
that.
said, "Did you expect someone else?" I was like, "Oh my god!" And then he did the Metal Gear reference. He had the balls to say, "Kept you waiting, huh?" Oh my god! But these 3 games are being ported together in a collection. And it is coming to all modern platforms: Switch, PS4,
That's
PS5,
wild.
Xbox. Oh wait, this one says Xbox Series S and X specifically, so I'm assuming not Xbox One and Steam.
Okay.
Crazy.
The CEO Gex is here.
CEO of Limited Run Gex is here. He did it. He saved the world. I was gonna say I'm not sure which versions of Gex. I'm assuming,
versions?
Yeah, very, very different. There's Gex 1 was on PS1 and a Sega Saturn game, and then Gex 2 was a 64 and PS1 game, and then I'm assuming, and then Gex 3 was also PS4. I'm sorry, PS4, PlayStation 1 and 64. I actually own Gex 2 and 3 on my 64, so.
Okay.
I actually think it's going to be the PS1 versions because they have the FMV cutscenes and whatnot. So that's probably gonna be the case. I would assume so. Mark, have you played Gex?
No, I have not.
Do you know what life is?
Oh, I would like to think so. I'd like to think so.
Well, then you haven't lived life unless you played Gex, so you know.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay.
Do you like Crystal Dynamics games?
Yeah, I enjoyed Tomb Raider.
And then you'll love Gex because it's also by Crystal Dynamics.
Ooh.
Okay.
This is their first 3D platformer, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All
guess.
right.
When they first dipped their toes in it.
And you actually can kind of see the evolution of the games through here. It's pretty wild. Like, it has the writing, it has like the voice acting, the cutscenes. It just doesn't have the choice-based like progression. But don't worry about that. This is a 3D platform. You don't need that. I'm very excited to play Gex on my Switch, by the way. I'm going to get it on Switch. I just think it's funny. I'm getting all these on Switch because I'm a slut for my Switch, but, you know. You know. I do feel bad for another Crusade. That game would have been so much more exciting, like the Mario RPG style one. It's really cool if Mario RPG wasn't getting remade.
I think it still has an opportunity. That's on my end. I think it could really like get a lot of I guess clout for lack of better words with Mario RPG like being right there.
As long as they don't release it around the same time frame.
Oh yeah. As long as you don't Horizon it.
Oh man. But yeah, that was the show. There was a lot of games in there, dude. That show
That was a
was
lot.
really
I wasn't
good.
expecting it to be as long as it was.
I wasn't expecting that many like banger announcements. I was expecting some like indie games here and there, ones that I'd be like, "Oh wow, that was cool. I want to play that," or "I want that in my collection." Like that looks great. I didn't expect them to sit here and revive old franchises and like partner up with these big companies, dude. The fact that Gex has credits from Square Enix, I was like, wait a minute. I thought Square Enix sold off Crystal Dynamics. What happened? That's wild to me. So very much looking forward to all of those releases. Excuse me, all of those releases. Not a single one was a bad like game they showed.
Yeah.
I mean, Plumbers Don't Wear Ties is supposed to be bad, so I get it.
But that's what's good about it.
That's what's good about it, is that it looks like a bad game. Yes,
It's so bad it's good.
it's the room of video games, is what I like to call it. And I also have the room on Blu-ray, so I'm sorry, that game's for me. All right, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to stream that game one day, and everyone is going to enjoy it because it's funny. Oh my god, I can't believe it. I'm gonna try to purposely fuck up the job interview part. It's gonna be great. Because there's like you can do multiple choices when you're playing as the girl and she's trying to get a job. Granted, this game's rated M, so it can go either like different ways.
Oh.
yeah, and it gets worse and worse. You can make it to where the dude is a fucking like the dude that's supposed to give her the job is like such a sexist pig about it, or like you can make it to where you're just you beat his ass, like you can literally beat his ass.
Let's go.
It's really funny.
Let him get up. Man, dude.
But yeah,
Sounds like a wild time.
Those are all physical copies I'm excited to add to my Switch library. But if I... What the hell is that, Mark?
He saw the Tahom stuff.
If I had to pick like 5 from there that were like my favorite announcements, though, like my favorites, I would definitely choose Castlevania Advanced Collection.
Mm-hmm.
The making of Karateka. I really am looking forward to learning about that game and the history of what it does for video games. Clock Tower Remastered, Tomba, and Gex. I'm very much looking forward to those. Those are going to be big for me. Justin, which was your favorite?
I'm not gonna lie, it might have been the CDI inspired.
You know, I wouldn't even blame
I'm curious. I'm so curious.
That game looks so good, dude. I can't believe I'm saying that.
Yeah, I would like to say it's almost like morbid curiosity about it because of how bad CDI stuff was. And It's still kind of there, but like spiritually.
Hold on.
Because the gameplay actually does look pretty solid.
It looks like a fun 2D platformer.
If they really made the gameplay 1-to-1, that would have been crazy. That would have been absurd.
Oh god. Mark, I sent you the link for this game. You need to see it.
RZ.
You just need to see it. You'll know what we're talking about when you see it.
Mm.
Wait, what?
The evil timer has returned.
Oh, okay. It's in the middle.
I was gonna say, because everyone on Twitter was blowing up about this specific game because they were like, "Why did they make CDI games look good?"
Oh, it looks exactly like that Zelda meme.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what it's from. It's the spiritual successor to those games. Or rather, it's a love letter to those games.
Yeah.
Except this one looks good. That's the difference. This one actually looks like a fun game to play. Man, what a time to be alive, dude.
Yeah.
Gex is coming back.
I'm curious as to
XW.
what else they're gonna work on bringing back.
I from what I know, the other, I'm shocked that they didn't talk about Rendering Ranger R2. It's another one of those Super Famicom games that never got translated. They announced that last year. That's a Carbon Engine release from them. So
Okay.
that comes soon because I'd like that on my Switch for sure. Then I can play with my Super controller like a real pro. That's what I'm gonna do with Clock Tower. Now that I think about it. Ooh. Ooh. Did you finish the trailer, Mark?
What I do?
So, huh?
What I do?
Finish the trailer.
Almost.
I was like, he's so enamored by and enjoying it
Yeah,
that he's just not talking.
Let him finish.
Mm-hmm.
I see it.
He sees the potential. I know.
I see it. I witnessed it.
I mean, it looks like it definitely looks like it's going to be big for the memes.
Oh yeah,
I hope so.
the gameplay looks fun though. That's the thing, is the actual
look bad at
gameplay
all.
looks good. Yeah.
It looks like an evolution to it. Almost.
Dadan goes. Yeah. Let me see. Oh, I missed an announcement on there because it wasn't a game. But it was the only music related announcement that they had at the show.
Yeah.
And that is that every month starting this month, they're gonna release all of Konami's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles soundtracks.
Very nice.
Once a month. Yep. So this month it's the original NES game, and I was like, oh fuck, dude. Oh, that game is not good, but the soundtrack is a banger, dude. The soundtrack is an absolute banger. Next month, though, I gotta get my wallet ready for next month because it's the arcade game.
Oh,
it's the first one, TMNT Arcade. That one, and it's gonna include the NES version and the arcade versions on the soundtrack. But like I was saying to you, Justin, Mark, I don't know. For the first time, I'm conflicted of which version should I get because I want the vinyl, obviously. But since I want to do Tanuki Media stuff, do I want the CD so I can rip it?
the answer is always both, or all options if possible. Yes,
because
yes.
I mean, Justin did bring up me being able to somehow have another way to get the music. But
I mean, right. Like the normal mean.
Yeah. So I could just get the vinyl and call it a day, but I don't know if I want to collect all the vinyls. I mean, I would love to. It's $35 a pop, and there's 12 of them. So,
oh my god! Imagine just the array of those.
They would look great. I already missed out on the colors variation though. It's gonna be black vinyls.
Oh, okay.
Because once I miss one, I'm just gonna go the rest of it normal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know that the games for sure that I need to get is the arcade game, Turtles in Time, Hyperstone Heist, and Manhattan Project. I need those like bad. Like absolutely bad. I need those. And then that was the limited run show. I'd say, damn, dude, they put up a good show this year.
I think it was.
I'd say, other than PlayStation, everybody put up a good show.
I agreed.
Yeah. Well, we don't consider PC Master Show. That was garbage.
Oh, that was rough.
Probably the worst show, but that was just boring.
Yeah.
It had some announcements, but it was boring. But
that's rough.
PlayStation still, again, had some announcements. It just wasn't as good. Xbox put out a really good show. Summer Games Fest was a good show.
Oh yeah, it was.
The Nintendo Direct was great.
That was really good.
Ubisoft was actually decent. I wouldn't say it was great, but it was decent.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Capcom only had Ace Attorney. That's all.
Oh god, don't tell me.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me about Capcom's.
That one was also a bad show, but it had Ace Attorney, so I'm not too mad.
I guess so. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Nintendo Direct was amazing. It was really good. Well, for me, it was amazing.
Yeah, it kind of depends
The,
on where you kind of fall
yeah,
within
the
the
Mario
fandom.
fan in me, it was amazing. And then the limited run show. Damn.
Is that everything to
There
expect?
was the Annapurna show that also happened.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But their big announcement was that they're gonna start developing games in-house and they're gonna do a Blade Runner game.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was about it though.
All right, all right. Otherwise, I guess that's all the events, or even like in the future. I don't think there's anything else left.
Yeah, that should be it. Oh wait, there was one more limited run announcement. It wasn't in the show though. That was the weird part.
Hmm.
It was that after the show ended, they were like, "Hey, by the way, we're also going to do this game, and it's coming out this week on pre-orders."
This week on
It's
pre-orders.
it's the Telnet shooting collection,
Hmm.
and this includes 4 shoot 'em ups, all of the Sega Genesis variety.
Okay. Okay.
And trying to find it. It's right here in front of me somewhere. Coming soon. Right there. Yeah, so it is going to include these following 4 Sega Genesis games: Avenger, Gyrus, Granada, and Psychic Storm. I only know of Gyrus and Granada.
Mm-hmm.
But the other games look good. They're all shooters, so you know I'm cool with getting them. Shooters, shoot 'em ups are very expensive to get in the future if you don't get them now. Like that's the problem with shoot 'em ups.
Gotcha.
I don't know why. I don't know what it is about that genre. Maybe just because they don't sell.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah. Mark.
Hey.
What have you been playing recently?
Exo Primal, tried that out. Pretty good.
Oh yeah, how was that?
Pretty good.
Okay.
It's like kind of like to get through the story, to get through the story's parts, you kind of just have to keep playing the game. And what else? Some humankind, so a little bit of strategy, civilization building.
Oh yeah.
Question about Exo Primal, by the way, is so there is a story in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there anything else? Let me. Hey, because I stretch.
Is it a big stretch?
Yes. But it's just that and the usual stuff.
That's fair.
Yeah, I've just been. I finished Final Fantasy 1. That was fun.
Nice.
The game holds up incredibly well. I didn't have to look up a guide or anything. It was very fun.
Mm-hmm.
I started up Final Fantasy 2. Yeah, the game still sucks. But I'm really playing Final Fantasy 16. Well, I guess I'm playing Power Slave now as well, because goddamn. But
I get
yeah, Final Fantasy 16 is for sure my main focus.
Yeah. I'm also playing 16 as well. It's been the primary.
I wish I was playing 16.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mark. Hey, PC, hopefully one day.
One day.
It will be. It's gonna happen one day. It's gonna take a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Mark.
It happens.
It is a really good game.
Oh, I know it is.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't know if it's like my favorite Final Fantasy, but it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool like cinematic spectacle, but the action, like combat, is still very top, so it's good.
Yeah. I'm not even that far into it, Mark, so
it's interesting because the icon fights, like you literally fight all of them, right? So I wrapped up with Bahamut the other night. That's just like my favorite as just a pure spectacle aspect.
Did it make your PS5 overheat?
Oh no, it was good. It was alright. Nothing happened.
Oh, you're playing on performance mode, huh?
Yeah, well, yeah. I think the problem comes from like the quality mode.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that works out because I'm playing in quality.
But yeah, no, just wait for the Bahamut fight. That's crazy. But otherwise, as I would say, as far as like the actual like combat on that one, well, actually, it does play a little bit more like your usual like as like regular Clive, but just like in a giant form. Because otherwise, some of the other ones are a little bit more inspired, like the Panzer Dragoon like section and stuff. Like there's that, but there's also like moments where you are just like as Ifrit and you're just kind of like doing the same movements as Clive, but a little bit like blockier, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, a lot of the draw is just like what you can do, just like the visual aspect of things is really cool.
Yeah, I'm excited to start playing it again once we're done with this podcast.
I
So, other than that, I think that's it.
yeah. I think I'm
I don't
gonna
know.
be installing this mic very soon.
Nice.
Can't wait,
Nice.
can't wait to see how it sounds, how I tweak it. Should be nice.
Hell yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
I think we're
I
pretty
think
much good to
that's-
go.
Yep.
Yeah. Alrighty then. We'll go and call it here. So guys, appreciate everyone for tuning in for another podcast episode for DangIT Prodcast. This is episode 467. My name is Justin.
Fuck.
He actually did it this time.
Oh,
Oh, man. And I'm Philip.
and thanks for watching, everybody. Hashtag bye, everybody.
Please.
That was the wrong button.